Hi, and welcome to Wrong Way. And today we are going to compare this cheapest InMotion wheel, which costs around €400, the InMotion E20 Lite, to the most expensive InMotion wheel that is currently being produced, the InMotion V14. Well, how expensive is it? €2,800? Not 10 times the price, but anyway, let me tell you more about it. And first up, huge thanks to monokolo.pl, which spells monokolo.pl, for making this video possible. The V14 is available there for sale, and the E20 as a learner wheel. So if you want to learn in Warsaw, hit up monokolo.eu or .pl, according to your liking, in order to check out wheels. And if you want to learn on a wheel somewhere in Poland, they can also send you the wheel so you can learn on it, test it out, and then send it back. Pretty cool. So what's the purpose of the video anyway? Those wheels are so far apart financially, but yet I think they both make sense in their own separate cases, which I'm going to talk about a bit later. But first, let's go through the specs of those wheels. The InMotion V14, well, this technically is a bit of an older model because it doesn't have the 50S cells. The new V14 has the 50S cells, and this is the most expensive InMotion wheel being currently produced right now on the market. Is a performance beast. The InMotion V14 is powered by a 4,000 watt nominal power motor, which will allow you to climb almost any incline with ease, and it will also give you a lot of torque for heavier riders and for intense braking maneuvers. In this video you see me climbing up a 35-degree slope, but I've tested the InMotion V14 up to a 45-degree slope, so the InMotion V14 is definitely no slouch. But how does it compare to the InMotion E20 Lite? It's pretty underwhelming, but for that price, it's still kind of impressive that it can go up a 8-degree incline. You can see me here overpowering when I lean a little bit too much forward, so definitely for heavier riders you might have some issues. This is a 12-degree incline and it can still do it, which is quite impressive. Not every scooter can do this sort of incline, but boom, 21, definitely too much. Alright, so 12 gets a pass, but absolute limit. Maybe when fully charged it'll be like 15, but yeah, underpowered, very underpowered. Alright, but let's get back to the specs of the InMotion V14. I already made a review on it. It has a 2400 watt-hour battery, which is 20 times bigger than this one. This one has just 120 watt-hours. The top speed is 70 kilometers an hour, and the range, with my kind of riding, around 70 kilometers. If you want to charge it up to full, you get a charger out of the box, which charges it up in around 6 to 7 hours. It comes with a massive off-road tire. It's almost like a motocross tire on a 12-inch rim, around 17 inches outer diameter. It has suspension, which you can dial in, lights front, back, like all of the bling blang. And impressively enough, it also doubles as a Samsonite luggage. Now, on the other hand, the InMotion E20, being the cheapest wheel for around €400, is very light. It's just 13 kilograms. This one weighs 40 kilograms. So a big difference, even though this one has actually 2 tires. It has a tiny battery, just 120 watt hours, which will give you a range of around, I don't know, like 5 to 8 kilometers. It also has a tiny motor, the same power as a Xiaomi M36. Oh, they don't make them anymore. Like a Xiaomi Pro scooter, which is around 350 watts. Top speed of this thing, 15 kilometers an hour. It barely goes. Check out the acceleration test here. Now maybe I could have done it a little bit faster, but honestly with this little headroom I'm really afraid to overpower the wheel and fall face first. On the other hand, on the V14, you just go. Out of the box, you don't get a trolley handle, you don't get suspension, you get a 2.5-hour charging time, and luckily, you do get pedals on it. I mean, otherwise you wouldn't be able to ride on it. It does come with a set of lights, front and back, which are tiny, and this toilet-looking thing doesn't need a kickstand because it has 2 wheels. So, if the surface is stable, it can just stand on its own. Impressive. By the way, if you want to get cool glasses like these, Rock Bros. Link in description. And compared to the InMotion V14, the E20 actually has Bluetooth speakers, so you can play sounds for it, or music. We have a 10-inch rim and a 14-inch tire. Those are pretty thin, but you have two of those. All right, but those are just like specs on paper. What are those wheels actually meant for? And the fact that this is almost like 7 times cheaper doesn't mean that it's 7 times worse. It's meant for a totally different purpose. So the InMotion E20 is definitely destined for learning. And because it has 2 wheels, it's much easier to just balance on it. So if you're starting out, or if you're a shop that wants to teach people how to ride, it will be a lot easier to teach on the E20. Once you're on it, much easier to keep on balancing. So if you're starting out, a lot easier to start out on this wheel compared to the very heavy and less stable V14. I mean, at least at lower speeds. It's definitely not meant to go from point A to B. It's horrible with any kind of terrain that is in the slightest uneven. And if you really want to turn sharply, whoa, it requires some sort of special skill. So if you want to have a wheel that actually you won't outgrow in like a week or 2, then this wheel is not meant for you. If I want to accelerate on it, it overpowers immediately. Although remember that when learning you don't need the power, so this little amount of power will not be an issue when just starting and learning how to ride an electric unicycle. But once you want to get up to speed faster and you want to go over small inclines, it will become an issue. Man, it's raining, we need to hide! Go! I can't go fast. Damn. Faster! No, already too fast. So while this wheel is really great to try very slow paced tricks on, to teach your friends, you will outgrow it pretty much immediately. But it's always fun to have a InMotion E20 around just because it's so cheap. It's pretty durable as well in terms of crashing with it and having some low speed scuffs and bangs. But I have an itch for performance. Let's get to the V14. Now the V14 on the other hand, whoa, that is a high performance beast. This thing really has the performance of like an electric dirt bike, and you can really do a lot on it. Any incline, or almost any incline, off-road, going at speed, this thing is really fast and has a lot of headroom. Being a heavier rider is also a lot easier to ride on it than compared to the E20. On the other hand though, this wheel is a lot bigger. It's a lot tougher to learn how to ride on it because it just has so much inertia to the sides. I already have the muscles built up to deal with it, but you might just not have them because, well, you'd never try to ride on a wheel. It's a lot heavier, so actually if I would go somewhere and want to put a wheel into the trunk, I'd probably prefer something lighter. This wheel is expensive, and there's no denying that 2.67 thousand euro is a lot for anything. But you do get quite a lot of performance in return. Talking about off-road, talking about, you know, going through the city, going places like it will be just not possible to do it on an E20, while the V14 is like a bicycle, e-bike, dirt bike hybrid that has a lot of performance. And well, you can also sit on it. So this is the most expensive InMotion wheel. This is the cheapest InMotion wheel. Let me know in the comments which one is better for you and what you would use your electric unicycle for. With that said, if you're still here, leave a like on the video, subscribe to see more content like this. I'll see you in the next video. See you soon.